Hi guys, it's been a minute since I've recorded anything. I wanted to do this video last week, but then I came down with COVID. And that has been going on for 7 days now. I'm finally getting to the point where I'm feeling better, good enough to record and talk and everything. So this week is just going to be just a weekly reading vlog. Today is Saturday. I'm starting on kind of a weird day, but Monday's my daughter's birthday, and then I have some running around to do and work. So each day I'm going to have kind of less time to read. I want to start a little early, but today I plan on I'm doing a reread of A Court of Mist and Fury on my Kindle. I am on chapter 66. I'm 95% of the way through, and this is my 5th reread, I think, of this book. I swear this book gets better every time I read it. It still, at certain points, has me tearing up. And even though I know what's going to happen, I'm just binging this book. But I really wanted to get to this month's TBR this past week. But then with everything going on, my brain just was not working. I tried, I think, 3 different times to sit down and start Kingdom of the Wicked, and I just could not comprehend anything that was going on. And I was like, me starting a new book, let alone a whole new series, is just not going to work up here. So that's why I decided to do this. And I started, I think, 3 days ago, and I'm almost done. So after I finish this today, I plan on starting Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco, finally, after 7 months of saying I'm going to start this. So I figured I'd bring you guys along on one of the books that I've been dying to get to for way too long. So we're going to go ahead and finish this right now and get right on into this. The ending to that book is just so good. It's taking everything in me not to just go straight to ACOMAF and start a reread of that. But I'm not going to. I need to get to my TBR this month. Oh, and this got 5 stars again. I mean, it's going to get 5 stars every time I read it. It doesn't matter how many times I read that book. It's going to get 5 stars every time. But anyway. Okay, so it's Sunday now. I wanted to give a little bit of an update because I did start Kingdom of the Wicked yesterday, and I made it to chapter 14, which is page 102. So far I'm enjoying it. The beginning was a little slow. I know in the synopsis they talk about how Amelia and Vittoria are twins, and Vittoria ends up getting murdered, and that's the whole plot basis of this is Amelia trying to figure out who killed her sister. But it definitely took quite a bit to get there. I was kind of losing interest in the beginning because the history of them being witches and the grandma explaining things in the beginning was interesting. There were just quite a few parts where it was kind of boring. I'm sure they'll loop around and there will be a point to what was being talked about. At least I hope so. Which I'm going to keep this whole thing spoiler free. This is all stuff that has been talked about in the synopsis. I did get to the point where she meets Wrath. I liked the way that they got introduced. That was definitely interesting. And I really do enjoy Amelia's character. I like how just sassy and almost volatile she is, especially towards Wrath. I so far am liking their dynamic. So I'm just now getting to the point where it's getting interesting, and I'm really excited to get back into this today and see where it goes between them.
So it is Thursday now. I still am not done with Kingdom of the Wicked. I thought that I would be done by now, but this week just ended up being a little bit more chaotic than I expected it to. I thought I'd sit down and be reading a lot more than I am. I knew I'd be a little bit busy, but not quite this busy. I am on page 302 out of 369 pages, so I don't have a lot left on this, and I think I'll be able to finish this afternoon. The only thing I'm struggling on is I really can't bring myself to get into any of the other books on my monthly TBR. I don't know if it's just like being sick and getting over that finally, but I just only want to mood read. My brain can't take new information. So like getting into Kingdom of the Wicked was pretty hard for me at first. I think that Kingdom of the Wicked is fairly easy in terms of like world building and the whole magic system and that's in here. I feel like it's fairly easy to follow along, and I was even struggling with that. It took a lot out of me to even start a new series just because I was having such a hard time retaining anything. So I really don't want to start anything else. So I think after I finish this today, I don't know if I'm going to continue into this. Like, I might pick up the next book in this series, which I think it's Kingdom of the Cursed. I think this is the second one. I don't know. I'd look more into it if this is what I end up doing. But I don't know if I want to continue this series or pick up the next series in the Plated Prisoners series, or if I want to read a romance. I really don't know what I want to do. I'm very, very torn on that. I've also had a really bad urge to reread the Cruel Prince trilogy. So I just don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to do like the reread, or if I want to continue on with other series that I've started, or if I want to read a romance. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, so I kind of feel a little bit of a pull to read a romance, but I don't even know. I have some romances on my physical TBR. It's such a struggle, but at the same time, I don't know, I kind of also want to read like a dark romance. I kind of want to read My Dark Romeo, because that's been one that I've had on my Kindle for a while now that I've been wanting to read, and I just still have not got around to it. I'm really struggling. Anyway, that is beside the point. We will discuss that when we get to it. Right now, we're just going to get back to reading Kingdom of the Wicked and finally finishing that. Okay, this did not end how I expected it to end. And now I'm still torn. As of right now, I think I would give this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. but it did take me quite a bit to get into it. I don't think I really got interested in this until like the 50% mark. So I think I'd give it 4 stars. I am definitely extremely intrigued and want to continue to the next book because it just was not what I was expecting even remotely to end. I'm going to keep this super vague because this is spoiler free, but our main character is a witch, and so that's Amelia. Her twin sister Victoria ends up getting murdered, and she basically is going on like this rampage of trying to find out who murdered her sister. But she ends up teaming up with the Prince of Hell, one of the Princes of Hell, and they end up agreeing to work together to try and figure out who's murdering these witches. And throughout this, you definitely have a lot of tension and banter, and I loved their interactions. I could not get enough of it. There was a trope in here that I've never even encountered before. I don't even know what you could call it, and I don't want to say what it is just because that would be kind of a spoiler, but I need more books with that trope in it. It was good. I enjoyed this. I need to get into the next book to figure out what's going to happen with how this one ended, because it wasn't where I thought it was going to go. And now I'm starting to think about the potential for the tropes in the next book. And if they do end up being the tropes that I'm hoping for, there's potential for a 5-star there. And I like where Amelia's character is going. She's definitely kind of like spiraling, and I'm living for it. And I need so many questions I have that I just need answered. So I'm torn because I kind of want to just jump right into Kingdom of the Cursed so that I can find out what happens. But at the same time, part of me kind of wants to go into the next book in the Plated Prisoner series. Part of me wants to read a dark romance, but also part of me kind of wants to go into the Gilded Cage, which is the second book in the Prisoner Healer series. I'm very, very torn. I think what I might do is I might start Kingdom of the Cursed and read like the first couple chapters and then decide if I do want to stay in this world and continue it, or if I want to go to a different series that I'm in the middle of. So with that being said, if you have not picked up Kingdom of the Wicked, I highly recommend it because that was good. Definitely not really like anything I've read before. Super intrigued, but anyway, I'm gonna start this and I'll be back with an update on what I end up picking and if I do end up keeping this at a 4-star or if I change that. But anyway, I'll be back. Okay, so I forgot to update yesterday. I did end up choosing to go with My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and L.J. Shen. I am about 20% of the way through. I'm on page 65, which is about 20% of the way through the book, and I don't really know how I feel about it. The whole thing on this is it's like a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but it's like a dark retelling. So the two main characters, Romeo and I already forgot the main girl's name, Dallas. I don't really know how I forgot that. She comes from Southern money, and it's definitely like the old school Southern ways of she's like set in a pretty much like arranged marriage with a guy named Madison Licht. I don't know how to say his last name. And they are at a ball and Romeo shows up and he is this like cruel billionaire, and he ends up what she thinks is going to be just like an innocent kiss. He actually has like plans to ruin her engagement to Madison because they're rivals. And then she gets thrown into a arranged marriage with Romeo, but instead of just accepting her fate, she's fighting back and she plans on ruining him. So it's definitely a weird take on it. I like Dallas's character a lot. I like her feistiness, her sassiness, her boldness, but Romeo, I know he's supposed to be like the evil, unlikable one, but like I just really hate a lot of the things that he says. He's definitely like a womanizer. It's just like the way he acts about women is just like they have no purpose in life. I don't know. I'm hoping it gets better. There's been a couple moments where it's like you can see him kind of breaking like his typical attitude for her. So I'm hoping that gets more noticed throughout the book. So far it's okay, but as of right now, I'm guessing I'll probably give this like 3.5 stars. I don't think it's going to be something that'll be like my favorite, but I also don't think that I'll really dislike the book. I think it's just going to be one of those that's just kind of in the middle where like if you like dark romances, I probably would recommend this, but it's not one it's not one that I'm going to like really think about in the future. But anyway, so I figured I'd give that update of so far it's okay. I'm not like overly liking it, but I'm also not hating it. I don't know how much reading I'll really get done today. It is Friday, so this is like where I'm going to end this video so that it can go up tomorrow. I didn't get quite as much reading done as I would have liked. I was hoping that I would have finished Kingdom of the Wicked sooner and been able to start a new book and gotten at least like halfway through a new book, but we'll keep working on that. I don't know what I really have planned to read after this. I'm definitely still in my mood reading mindset. Like I just cannot, the thought of picking a book based on it being in my TBR just really not it. So I might continue on with some series after this, maybe going to either the Plated Prisoner series or carrying on with Kingdom of the Wicked. That's really like the only update I have. Let me know down in the comments if you've read Kingdom of the Wicked, what you thought, with spoiler free of course, but like what you thought of the series as a whole. Like, did you think it got better as it went on? Which one out of that series is your favorite one? And then also, if you've read My Dark Romeo, what are your thoughts on it? And also, if you have any other like if you enjoy reading dark romances, any other recommendations you have, because I do like them. I just have a bad habit of sticking into my romantic-y comfort zone. So I kind of, this year, my goal is to kind of break out of that and read more like romances, dark romances, and not just the same genre over and over and over again. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, make sure to leave a thumbs up. It helps tremendously with my videos. And make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all my future videos. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!